Welcome to the show. I'm Ray. So, it's been a minute since I've done one of these recordings. Um, I'm in Vietnam now, and man, uh, I've been equal parts going through it slash loving it. It's been a hell of a journey. Um, got, in, got into a nice little apartment eventually. Um, Real cool spot. Love it. It's, oh man. If I didn't hate editing so much, I would show y'all all of that outside. But God, oh my God, I love it so much. But um, so yeah, that was a quick update. I just wanted to come in here. I've been thinking about making another video for like all week, but I've really just been enjoying the beach and walking and exploring the new city and seeing what's up around here. And oh man, it's so good. But there is something that's been on my mind for a few weeks now. Um, my friends slash mentors, they sent me this video from this lady. She's also making videos. Glow Atmo, I think that's her name. Sorry if I messed that up. But they sent me this video by her, and it says the best part about being black outside of America. And ever since I saw that video, I was like, damn, she's right about all of that, every bit of that experience. And I had the idea of adding my thoughts from the perspective of a black man, and I don't know, I just didn't do it for one reason or another. And then finally today, I was watching and I've been preach video again. I be watching them a lot, man. See, I'm probably gonna talk about them a lot because they're smart dudes. Um, and they were talking about, or they were reacting to this video of this MAGA dude that um he adopted a black child and he lives in the South, I think like Tennessee or something. And now he understands, oh yeah, racism still exists. Racism is still a thing. And he didn't, he was hardcore MAGA before, and he's like, yeah, I've changed my position on these ideas, and then he's explaining all of these horrible things that his black daughter from Ethiopia, I think, um, is going through, and her little Hispanic friend are going through, and it changed his perspective on so much, and they're reacting to that, and once again, there was a lot of stuff that I agreed with, some stuff that I didn't agree with in that video, but it got me thinking about my experience. And I left them a comment on, you know, what I went through when I was younger, and I thought that this would be a good topic to talk about and to kind of bridge that gap of being black inside the US versus being black outside the US. That might be that might be the title of this video. We'll see. Anyway, um, so going back when I was in my 20s, I ended up moving to Idaho, little little Boise, Idaho specifically. I don't care. Um, and I was one of 13 black people there. I say it's a joke. I know there's more than 13 black people in Idaho, but if you're there in Idaho, that's how it feels because you can go days, weeks without seeing a black face. And for a lot of people, I was the first black face they've ever seen in their life. Like I'm meeting people that are like in their 50s and their 60s. They've never met a black person before. All they know about black people is what they see on the news, what they see on TV, what they see on social media. Obviously, that's a problem. Luckily, the people that I was interacting with and me, like we are, we were open minded, and instead of it just being a combative back and forth type thing, we sat down and talked a lot. And they thought that racism was over because again, they've never met a black person before. So according to the news and all their sources, oh yeah, racism is a done deal. It's we wrapped that up, got that up out of here. And then they met me, and I'm like, nah, man, like, what are you talking about? I was experienced some racism last week. What's going on? I started telling them about my stories, man, about my life, and how I used to run from skinheads in LA and in stores. We have the shop owners following me around the store and everything, thinking I'm going to something. I had this one experience at this store called it's like DXL or something like that. It's a store for big people, and this was in Las Vegas. I'll never forget this day, man. It still makes me laugh. It was annoying, but it makes me laugh. I walk in the store. There is there's these two little white girls in the store. One at the front, one at the counter. The store was tiny. Like they had radios, but they didn't need radios. Anything that they say, the other person could hear. But I walk in and she does her greeting. She's like, "Hey, welcome to the store." And then I hear her say, "I don't know, but I'm gonna watch him just in case." And I'm like, "Come on, man." Like I wasn't looking raggedy. I was like, "Man, I'm in here. I just got paid. I got a bunch of money to spend. I'm just trying to spend some money, just trying to get some clothes, get up out of here." And that put me in a awkward position of, do I accept this disrespect and say nothing? Do I leave and um, enhance this idea and give life to this idea that, oh yeah, see, he was going to steal something. Luckily, I watched him. Or do I give them my money to prove to them that, yes, I got the money to spend and I'm going to spend a bunch of money. I came here prepared to spend a bunch of money. Um, this is when I was younger. And like, there was also the idea of like, man, I should, I could cuss him out right now. But then, I'm the angry black man. So there was no good options. So I just did what was practical for me at the time. Like, look, man, I don't care. Say what you're gonna say. I'm here to get some clothes and get on. So I ignored it, went and got my clothes and got on. I just never went into that store or any one of their stores ever again. And whenever I, talk to black people or whatever, I tell them the same thing. It's like, man, don't go up in there. They not at least not the one in Las Vegas. I don't know if all of them have that experience, but yeah, that never again. But so I was telling them about that experience, and then there was another experience where um, I was coming home from work one night. I think it was either my mom's birthday or it's Mother's Day. I forget exactly the day, but I had this GameCube with me, and I was excited because my mom, she wanted a GameCube. She's not. really a gamer, but she likes Nintendo. I'm a gamer, but she always, used to like to watch me play Mario and stuff. She's like, "Oh, I want to play Mario." So I got her GameCube, and I'm taking the bus home from work, and it takes me like 3 hours to get home from work anyway on the bus. And this day, it took an extra hour because I had to go to the store and get this GameCube. So I got the GameCube, get to like down the street from my house. And I'm happy. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm about to surprise. I'm going through my head, like, all right, how am I going to do this? Am I going to hide it behind my back? Am I going to wrap it up? Like, what am I going to do with it? Um, but then while I'm walking, this white pickup truck full of white boys, and I think there's like one or two white girls in there. They drive by and they throw a beer can at me, and then they drive. They pull into the parking lot that I'm walking next to because there was like a hotel like right here. They pull into that hotel parking lot and they start doing donuts and doing all type of crazy stuff. And then they pull out into the street and they yell, "Nah," N word as loud as they can outside their truck as they're peeling off. And I'm like, bro, I didn't even do nothing. I ain't do nothing to nobody. I haven't thrown up no gang signs. I ain't cussed nobody out. I haven't done anything to deserve this. What was that about? Luckily, they didn't stop or anything like that. It didn't escalate more than it had to. At the time, I didn't have any weaponry on me because that situation could have been something else. Um, but yeah, so that was a situation that happened to me, man, and I was telling them about these stories, and I have a lot more stories, man. I'm like I said, I'm almost 40, man. I've been black in America all my life. So I'm telling them these stories, and they're like, "What? Huh? What do you mean?" And you could tell like they're shocked, but part of them thinks maybe he's just misreading it. Maybe it's just you can see them trying to reason in their head that maybe it's not what he thinks it was. Maybe it was just drunk idiots and blah blah blah, which valid, but I don't think the white girls in that store were drunk. I would hope not, but whatever. Um, it didn't really click for them until we went out to the store, we went out to restaurants, and they start seeing how people are interacting with me and avoiding interacting with me, and how they're like just staring, nasty looks, mugging from like far away. They're like, "What? Why are all these people staring at you? Like, what's going on?" I was like, "Bro, that's every day for me, man. That it is what it is. I don't even notice it no more because like as long as you don't put your hands on me, it's whatever." Um, but they didn't. It didn't really click until that moment. They're like, "Damn." And again, I've had other stories with that too, where I'm hanging with some white people. They're like, "Oh yeah, don't worry. It's cool. It's blah blah blah. We don't have that type of thing here," because they never experienced it. And then they go out with me somewhere, and they're like, "Whoa, whoa, the food don't usually taste like this. Whoa, these people don't usually act like this. I don't know what's going on. I can't make sense of this." And it's like, again, bro, this is just normal for me, bro. This is life. So that was growing up black in America, and it was always this situation where I became hyper vigilant, not only because I grew up in LA, I grew up in the hood, but I grew up around white people. And some one of my friends asked me one time, what am I afraid of? Or what's the scariest thing to me? And my reply was nice white people. And they laugh, but I was like, yo, I'm serious though, because at least with the racist and the bigots, you know what they're on. You know what type of stuff they on. So, yeah, all right, whatever, bro. You gonna say whatever you gonna say. Again, keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch me or anyone I care about, and it's whatever. You say, believe whatever you want. But it's them nice ones that invite you over and they're hanging out with you and they're doing this and that, and then something comes up weeks, months, years later, and it's like, oh, that's how you really feel about black people. Um, I still remember in high school taking sociology. They described these people as timid racists, and that term always stuck with me because that's exactly how I see these people. It's like if you have all this hatred for me and my people for no other reason other than I was just born with melanin, with extra melanin, and that's your whole basis for hating me. You don't know anything else about me, and you can point to, well, you know, these crime stats and the news and blah 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 blah, completely ignoring all the stats, showing what white people do, completely ignoring the fact that, yeah, this is another thing that made me laugh while I was in Idaho. Um, when I was in Idaho, I was with a lot of people that were in the guns and stuff because I'm in the guns, and a lot of them were military, ex-military, law enforcement, this, that, and the other, right? And every weekend we would all go train and go shoot. And while we're out there, we're having a good time, we're laughing and joking, and they start telling stories. And they're telling me stories, and they're telling each other stories like, oh yeah, when I was younger, I did blah 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 blah. And they're telling me about felonies that they committed, bro. Like felonies, things that would have a black person, Latino person, whatever, locked up, out of here. Like nothing like murder and nothing like that, but like felonies. And they're saying they're laughing about these things. Like, oh yeah, I would have been in real trouble, but luckily my cop or the cop that showed up knew my dad, and he's like, oh, you crazy kids, get home before I tell your dad. That's it. They're telling me about these felonies. There was no stop. There was no well, not stop, but there was no like police record. It doesn't show up on any stats anywhere. It's just, hey, go home before I tell your dad. Go home before I tell your mom. Blah 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 blah. Anyone else going to jail? You up out of there. So ever since then, I was like, man, these crime stats are bullshit. Like I thought that anyway because we know that police plant evidence. That's a thing that happens. That's documented. We've seen those stories on the news where they're like, oh, it's on the cop's body cam where he's planting drugs on this black person because he can't find that. We see that more than once, and it was a thing. We know this happens. So that's how I respond to, you know, if I respond to those people that are like, oh well, the crime stats 13% and shut up. Anyway, I digress. Um, so that's my experience of being black in America, where I always have to be hyper vigilant, and then I always have to perform this, like we call it code switching. I have to perform this version of blackness that's packaged and safe for white consumption, where it's like I still want to be myself, but I can't be too much of myself because white people might get scared. And when white people get scared, cops get involved or people get shot, people get, you know, drugged behind trucks and all type of other stuff. So you got to be nice and palatable. Um, like even now, like right now, I'm just now getting to the point where I'm allowing my real self to come out just a little bit, just a little bit more. Like even in this video, like I'm not this ain't this ain't who I really am for real. This is still a very toned down version of me because this is going on the internet and this is going to be seen by lots of white people and lots of people of all races. And there is that pressure to, again, be consumable and not say too much, not too much, not to be too wild, not to be too rugged, to whatever. So it's easy for me to do now because I've been doing it for so long. Again, grew up black in America. Like it is what it is. It's all right. It's Tuesday. What's new? Um, here's the thing, and this is where we get into the other side of that video of being black outside of America. Man, when I tell you, boy, so in Thailand, in Thailand, I felt this a little bit, where it's like, you know what, I could just be, I could just be me, but I was still kind of feeling confined a little bit because of their culture and how they do things, and like put this high premium um, on politeness and all this other stuff. So I was like, all right, I'm a polite dude anyway, but I didn't want to set that negative image of black people. I was still performing the mild blackness, and um, and the people were amazing, man. Just never got never got followed around by no stores or around any stores. Cop interactions were all nice and they were kind and helpful and everything. I never feared running into a cop in Thailand. I never feared really anything in Thailand. Part of that is because I'm a giant, but they get down out there. Don't play. Like they got hella guns out there and they do Muay Thai and everything. Like it, a lot of tourists they don't know how wild it actually gets in Thailand. But um, but yeah, man, it was a cool little situation where I could sit in in a restaurant and whatever and talk and chill and nobody's trying to rush me out. No one's if I gotta go to the bathroom, it's not like you need to buy something first and in this whole contentious situation. It's just, oh, okay, there you go. It's back there. And whenever I need some help, they're just there to help. And um damn, I can't remember her name, but she mentions in her video, she said, um and I'll link the video. She said that there was a situation where she went out with somebody and she was being black. She was being happy and jovial and laughing and like just enjoying her life. And then it hits like, oh wait, hold on. Don't be too black in here. Don't don't be too loud. Don't do what we do. And then she's like, wait. Never mind. I don't got to worry about that here. And then a separate situation where um, they both had to go to the bathroom. She's like, wait, hold on. We don't want them to think that we're running outside and trying to skip the bill. And then she had to check herself again. It's like, wait, hey, hold on. They don't even care. Like they don't even think about it like that. They're not keeping tabs. I'm like, all All right, black. You know, one black person at a time to the bathroom. one one of y'all got to stay here. They don't do that out there. So it was a much more relaxed situation, much more relaxed environment. And then I get to Vietnam, bro. Man, Vietnam is something else. It really is, in the best way, for real. So I come here to Vietnam, right? And people are staring at me because, of course, they're going to stare at me because one, I'm an American and I'm black and I'm a giant. I'm 6'5". So to them, it's like, oh, I was gonna make a Godzilla joke right there, but wrong culture. But whatever their version of Godzilla is, throw that in there. Uh, please don't cancel me, or do I don't know, man. Whatever. Uh, but so they're staring at me and everything, but then they smile. Like at first they're staring there like, all right, what's going on here? But then they smile and it's like, oh, okay, and it's I don't know exactly how to describe it. It's like it kind of feels like I'm around black folks out here. Like they're Vietnamese, but it feels like I'm back home. And part of that is because I grew up, well, part of my life I grew up in the valley where there's lots of Asians and stuff like that. So I was already cool with them anyway. Um, but it feels like that again. And there's graffiti everywhere, but it's not like in Thailand where it's just random, just tags just thrown up and whatever. A lot of this is actual good art and good murals that are done. It's like, ooh, okay, someone put a lot of thought and effort into this piece. So they got really good graffiti out here. And the very first dude that I met when I got off the plane that picked me up, bro was like, "Oh, you a rapper?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, man. I used to be a rapper, but I ain't no rapper right now." And he's like, "What? Oh, that's crazy. I love hip hop and da da da." Like he's just going off, telling about how much he loves these different rappers and just going through his playlist. He's like, "I met Kendrick Lamar, bro." Somebody came out here and told this guy that they was Kendrick Lamar. And he showed me the picture. He's like, "Yeah, I drove Kendrick Lamar one time, and we took a picture." And he showed me the picture. I was like, "Boy, if you don't," he was so excited though. He was so excited. I didn't have the heart. I didn't have the heart to tell him, bro. That ain't Kendrick, bro. Don't even look nothing like Kendrick. One, he was too damn tall, too damn light skinned. Just it was just all wrong. But I didn't have the heart to tell him. I was like, "Oh man, yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. That's real cool." I didn't tell him I was Kendrick Lamar. I didn't tell him that I was like a famous rapper. I was just like, "Hey man, yeah, I'm a rapper. I did a verse from um this song that me and my brother wrote a long time ago and did with his friend at the time. And I let him hear it one time too. Like it's on YouTube somewhere. And he was like, "Oh my god, that's so cool." And he was with it, man. He was with it. And just every time we talk now, he's telling me like, "Oh, do you know this song? Do you know this song?" Da, da, da. And unfortunately, he listens to a lot of the very famous and very popular hip hop rap shit, which is a bunch of bullshit most of the time. like he knows Kendrick, but he also thinks um what's that? Justin Bieber is hip hop. He loves Justin Bieber, man. He's a cool dude, man. He's a cool little dude, man, for real. But he likes a lot of like mainstream hip hop, which I don't really mess with a lot of it, honestly, because a lot of it is a bunch of bullshit. Kendrick is one of the few that I really like that because he's smart and he comes from where I come from, so I understand the language, I understand that culture. Um, but he's not just being ignorant and stupid with it. He's being logical and thinking and thought provoking and whatever. And like for the advancement of black people, like good stuff. And he's just talented as motherfucker. Cartoons and cereal, God, Jesus Christ. Anyway, um, but yeah, that was my very first experience coming off the plane in Vietnam. And then from that point on, everyone's been hella cool, hella nice, and they're not like they're all polite, but they're not. I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but I'm gonna say it. Do with it what you will. But in Thailand, it feels like a lot of people are performing that politeness, just like I was performing my my version of blackness that was like acceptable to the outside to be that representative. Like I couldn't be actual black. I had to be diet black, black zero. That's an Austin Powers reference. uh, but it always felt very performative and I was never able to really relax and be myself there. But out here, they're very polite, but it feels real, like really real. Where it's like, all right, I'm looking at you, waiting for you to show me something. Because if you show me something I don't like, I'm gonna show you something that you don't like. Like I don't speak the language, but that's the vibe I get with these looks sometimes. Where it's like, all right, all right, bro, I know what it is. I know the game. I know where I'm at. Yeah, I know I'm not from here, so I'm gonna move accordingly. And as soon as I show them I'm cool and I'm not just another idiot tourist, they're like, oh, okay, it's all good. And the politeness and the niceness feels more genuine, like it was earned. Where it's like, all right, yeah, I'm smiling at you because you earned this smile, you earned this politeness, and in that aspect, it's again being just like being from back home, where it's like I'm not gonna smile at you right away just because you exist. I don't know you. Who are you? What are you doing over here? And when I'm walking, I walk on a regular basis now. I'm going through my little weight loss journey. I'm trying to do my little glow up. You know what I mean? Trying to get pretty. Cause oh my god, the, I don't even like the beach, but I've been at the beach, boy. Some of the most beautiful women I've. Anyway, I'm on my glow up journey. I'm on my weight loss journey. I'm trying to get fit again. I luckily since I've been out of America, I already lost like what 40 pounds. Um, just from being in Asia. I'm eating good food, but I'm not eating as much sugar. Not eating a bunch of processed bullshit. Just real good food and mangoes. Man, I've been killing some mangoes lately. Eating them up. Dried mangoes, fresh mangoes. I didn't even like mangoes before I got here, but these mangoes is hitting, boy. Uh, anyway, I done messed up the whole story and everything. I messed up the whole flow. I thought I had it for real this time. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna tell this story. I'm gonna boom, boom, bada bum, boom, pow. Nope, ain't that, ain't that. Uh, but you know, I told you I'm still y'all on this journey with me. You know, I'm testing things out, trying things out, and getting more comfortable with this. Um, like that intro. Did y'all like that intro? That welcome to the show? My friends, they told me about that. They're like, "Yo, you said this thing in your other video. That should be the name of your channel. That should be how you do because it just felt natural, and especially because your business is House of Shoto, it makes sense. Welcome to the show where I'm building House of Shoto and I'm building me back up. Bars. That wasn't bars. I'm sorry. That was ridiculous. Uh, anyway, man, I say all that to say, uh, being black in America is a wild adventure, and there's a lot of stuff that you just don't have to worry about out here. And I still have a lot of that hypervigilance that I grew up with, but more and more they're showing me that I don't really need it out here like that. It's something that's probably going to be with me for the rest of my life because, PTSD and all that. But they make me feel real comfortable out here where it's like it's smiles, it's laughter, and they don't speak English, but they all know hello and they say hello. Because I'm walking, getting my walk on, and then they're walking and you can see them looking out the corner of their eye, and I be looking over like, and they're like hello. And then I was walking over the bridge this one time, walking to the store, and traffic's coming this way. I'm walking that way on the side, and just they got hella motorbikes out here, right? Everybody and their mama on the motorbike, and they're riding, and then this girl, she does little peace sign as she's driving by. She's like, and then a couple people after her like, hi. It was so wild, man. I was like, bro, y'all making me feel like a celebrity out here. Y'all better stop. Y'all know I'm a Leo, man. I'm gonna get a big head. I'm gonna get a big head. I'm gonna start acting like a celebrity now. Uh, it was just so trippy to me, man. And I was like, damn. I wonder, is this how bad bitches feel? Like just walking around with hella ass, just everybody staring at them and waving at them and they cat calling them and stuff. They just hella bad, just all eyes on you. Like I felt like a baddie, man. I felt like you know cheeks wagging, dragging cheeks, dragging a wagon. I was trying to do I was trying to do two different things there. Oh man. See this. This right here. This this version of me right here, this black ass version of me laughing and joking and all this other stuff that I'm doing. You notice the difference between this and when I was in the other videos? That's what I'm talking about right there. Where it's like I just feel safe enough to be me. And again, still not all the way there, but it's getting there, right? Baby steps. You coming on this journey with me, baby stepping me through, getting my blackness back or allowing my blackness back, getting my power back. I've been hearing that a lot lately. I watch these girls that do tarot cards and stuff. They be talking about call your power back, get your power back, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, getting my power back and listen to them. And I just started making subliminals. I'm working on a subliminal right now for House of Shoto. specifically for women that that need that type of thing. Um, it's just taking me a little bit longer because this is one that I intend to put on my page because Claude was like, man, that's a cool thing that you're doing, and that's that's useful. Like a lot of women that might want that and then use that and need that type of thing. So you should add that as an offering. So I'm like, you know what, Claude? Damn right. I'm gonna add that as an offering. So I'm gonna add it as an offering. But the problem is copyrights. So this is taking me a lot longer because I made like two or three that are just personal for me and boom, 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 knocked them out. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But this one's taking longer because I'm trying to find the right song to make it flow right, to make it feel right, and not have it get copyright struck or taken down and all this other weird stuff. So look out for that. If that's something you're interested in, you're gonna see that at some point. And that's something that I want to start doing more of, putting some of those up because I got into the like subliminal community. I stumbled on that on Reddit, and then these people were talking about how they glue up and had all these things from subliminals. I'm like, what? What's the subliminal stuff? I'm trying to glow up. I want to glow up too. So I started, going on YouTube. Whoop whoop whoop. Subliminal. It's like, oh, okay. Handsome as fuck. Subliminal. Lose weight. Subliminal. Whatever. I'm on all that. I'm on all that. Everything. Whatever it takes. And I I didn't really believe it for real, but like I've been I've been eating the hell out of mangoes and drinking hella more water because I've always had issues drinking water. I just don't like the nothingness taste. I hate room temperature water. I love cold water. I just couldn't get it down. But now I'm drinking hella water. I'm walking every day. I'm doing my workouts and stuff. I'm doing my squats and I'm doing some push-ups and I'm getting everything going. I'm like, ooh, okay, hold on. There might be something to this subliminal thing. Cause again, it feels like it ain't working. Cause it just feels like you just listen to music. Cause you don't hear, really hear nothing. But it's been doing something. Something's working. Something's happening. So it's changed my habits a little bit, and I've done hypnotherapy before, so I already knew that the hypnotherapy thing worked. I just never saw this before, and that's why I was open to trying it. Cause I'm like, yo, hypnotherapy was interesting as hell, and I got real fast results with that. So let me see what this is about. And then I'm looking at these videos on YouTube, and I liked them, but it was making me nervous because, again, you don't hear what's going into these files. You don't hear what these people are saying, and some of them don't say what the affirmations or whatever are inside of it. You just have to trust. And I'm like, man, I don't know you to be trusting you like that. So I taught myself how to make my own. Watched a couple of videos of these people that make them, and they're like, oh yeah, this is what I do in this program, blah 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 blah. And I was like, oh yeah, I used to do a little engineering, little producing back in the day, making beats and stuff. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm well versed enough to try this out. And I got AI, I got Claude's like, all right, man, how do I do this? And blah 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 blah, blah and how do I do it? Put everything together, play that file. When I wake up in the morning, when I'm walking on the beach, when I'm just out walking, just random times of the day, and man, it's been changing some stuff, man, changing things for the better. So that's something y'all interested in, man. Just take a look. Like I said, I'm gonna be posting them online. I'm gonna try to find some type of audio source where I can do it more routinely, and I'm gonna try to make more of these videos more routinely too. Uh, I just moved into this place, so the camera quality is a little ass right now. Just my laptop camera. This is an old laptop, so don't pay that. No, never mind. I got my camera somewhere packed up. I didn't really feel like setting it up and doing that whole thing. I just wanted to get this thought out while it was still fresh, and I didn't want to just keep putting it off because I've been putting off this since like fucking what, week or two since I made a new video. So I just wanted to get that off. So finally did it. Finally got it off. This is video number 4, I think. Yeah, yeah, it's number 4. Um, so yeah, man, tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you want to know more about. If you got any comments, questions, concerns, any of that, let me know. Um, if you're trying to see more about House of Shoto, I just realized I haven't been telling y'all like where to see any of this. Instagram, House of Shoto. Got a website, shotoagency.com. If you want to donate to my nonprofit, Shoto Sanctuary, it's shotosanctuary.org. Same thing on Instagram. Um, if you just want to give a bro a few bucks, you want to give me a few bucks, there's a link for that either in this description or it's in my profile. I might put it. I'm gonna throw it in the description. You want to give me a couple bucks? Go ahead, give me a couple bucks. Do whatever you feel called to do. You know what I mean? Uh, but thanks for watching this video. If you watch this video, this is a long ass video. You don't know me like that, so watching a 40-minute video, 50-minute video, whatever this ends up being, of me, some random dude just yapping, that's wild. And I appreciate you. You a hell of a person. Just leave your name in the comments, and I'm gonna add you to my list. And once I become a millionaire, I got you. I'm gonna do something special for you. Don't even trip. Don't even trip. So, uh, thanks for your time. Thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for listening to me. I look forward to having some conversations with some of y'all eventually. Uh, YouTube stuff. What's that? Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Boom! I got it all this time. What are we talking about? Uh, all right, man. Thanks for yeah. Thanks for listening and all that stuff. Y'all have a good one. Peace.